What if the US triggered a global trade war? Imagine a world where goods become scarce, prices skyrocket, and the global economy grinds to a halt. This isn't a dystopian movie. It's a potential reality if the US were to engage in a full-blown trade war with the EU, Canada, Mexico, and China. Are we prepared for the fallout? A trade war would immediately send shockwaves through the American economy. Prepare for a surge in prices for everyday imported goods. Your next car, that new phone, even the components in your appliances, all will become significantly more expensive. Inflation would quickly become a major concern. As import costs rise, consumer purchasing power will plummet. Suddenly, your dollar won't stretch as far, impacting your ability to afford basic necessities. American businesses reliant on global supply chains would face immense challenges. They'd struggle to compete with companies that have access to cheaper materials and components. This reduced competitiveness could lead to significant losses. The consequences could extend to job losses and economic stagnation. As businesses struggle, they may be forced to lay off workers, further dampening economic activity. The American dream could become a distant memory for many. In the long run, a trade war could lead to the US becoming increasingly isolated on the world stage. This isolation would diminish its global influence. The US risks becoming a pariah in the international community. Access to key markets would be severely restricted. American businesses would find it difficult to sell their products abroad. This would stifle innovation and economic growth. Retaliatory tariffs would cripple American exports. Other countries would impose their own tariffs on US goods, making them less competitive in global markets. This would further damage the US economy. Economic growth and innovation would be severely hindered. The lack of access to global markets and the increased cost of imports would stifle innovation. The US could fall behind other countries in key industries. The US would lose its leadership position in global trade negotiations. Its ability to shape the world economy would be weakened. This would have far-reaching consequences for its geopolitical power. The EU, Canada, Mexico, and China would also face significant challenges. They would experience rising prices, economic uncertainty, and potential job losses. No one wins in a trade war, but some may lose less than others. However, these countries might also see an opportunity to strengthen their own trade relationships. They could forge new alliances and reduce their reliance on the US. This could lead to a shift in the global economic order. The potential to forge new alliances could be a silver lining. These countries could work together to create a more stable and predictable trading environment. This could benefit them in the long run. A new global economic order could emerge, one where the US is no longer the dominant player. This could have profound implications for the future of the world economy. The balance of power could shift dramatically. The global economy as a whole would suffer a significant downturn. Trade wars disrupt supply chains and create uncertainty, leading to reduced investment and economic activity. The world would be a poorer place. Global trade would plummet. As countries impose tariffs on each other's goods, the volume of international trade would decline sharply. This would have a ripple effect throughout the global economy. The risk of a recession or even a global depression would increase dramatically. The combination of rising prices, reduced trade, and economic uncertainty could trigger a major economic crisis. The consequences could be devastating. Even countries not directly involved in the trade war would suffer collateral damage. The global economy is interconnected, and a downturn in one region can quickly spread to others. No one is immune. The EU, Canada, Mexico, and China could potentially form an alliance against the US. This alliance could create a new trade bloc that excludes the US. This would further isolate the US and weaken its economic power. The creation of a new trade bloc excluding the US would be a major shift in the global economic landscape. It would create a new center of economic power that could rival the US. The world would never be the same. This alliance would have far-reaching consequences for all involved. It would reshape the global economy and alter the balance of power. The future of the world would be uncertain. Visual, a spinning globe emphasizing interconnectedness. Would a US trade war with the EU, Canada, Mexico, and China be a global disaster? The potential consequences are far-reaching and deeply concerning. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that such a conflict would have devastating effects on all involved. What are your thoughts on this hypothetical scenario? Share your opinions and predictions in the comments below. We want to hear your perspective on this critical issue. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global affairs and economic trends. Stay informed and be prepared for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Your understanding of these issues is crucial for navigating the complex world we live in